Hi students, today we are going to do some more sums on the section formula. Okay, uh, so just uh, before going to that, we will just learn one more formula, which is midpoint formula. Okay, this midpoint formula, how to find midpoint of a line segment. Okay, for example, if a x1 comma y1 and b x2 comma y2 are the 2 points of a line segment given, then the midpoint of AB will be found using this formula x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So this is the formula you have to remember, and this is called as midpoint formula. Okay, yeah. No, you should understand what is the midpoint. It is very simple. We have a line segment AB. Okay, midpoint is nothing but the point which lies exactly at this point. You take this as a point P, same like we found that section formula, but anyway, don't relate that, you'll get confused with that. So it's very easy. This point we are finding, we have x1 y1 here and we have x2 y2 here. So midpoint P of xy is this, which is that x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Okay, this we will use in the sums. So you have to remember that midpoint formula. Okay. Now you just look at the sum. Here I'll just read the sum. In what ratio does the point minus 4 comma 6 divide the line segment joining the points A minus 6 comma 10 and B 3 comma minus 8? So here carefully listen in what ratio they are. They, in the last case, we have the section formula. We did some sums related to section formula. In that section formula, they given ratio and they given this A and B and they ask you to find this point P. Correct? Here they are asking you to find the ratio, but they are given this point P. For example, in section formula, what is the section formula we have? Section formula what we have is, okay, I'll just write it. P of xy is equal to m into m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2. Next is m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. This is the section formula we have. I have written the two coordinates. Okay, so see in the last sums what we did, they are given m1 value, they are given m2 value, x2 value, y2 value, x1 value, y1 value. They are already given all the values, just you substituted and got the answer. Okay, so now here what they are telling, they are asking you to find this ratio. What is the ratio? M1 is to M2. Usually the ratio will be M1 is to M2. They will give the ratio, right? Correct. In the last sum, you might have seen they had given the ratio. They had given the x1 value, y1 value, and the x2 value. In this case, they given the point itself. So they had given this point. Means answer itself they had given. The point itself they are given. You have to find M1, M2. So how to find? So ratio is unknown. What is unknown here? Ratio. So let k is to 1 be the ratio. Correct? Ratio which the line segment AB divided. Okay? We assume the ratio as k is to 1. Okay? So when you assume the ratio as k is to 1, so we got m1 value. So m1 is k and m2 is 1. Correct? And also we have a, which is the point 6 minus 6 comma 10. And what is b here? B we have 3 comma minus 6. So this you take it as x1 y1. This you take it as x2 y2. Got it? Write with the pencil so that you will not get confused. Okay, which is x1, which is y1, it is very important. As I said, x1, x2, y1, y2, if you take completely your sum, whatever the effort you put, everything will go into vain. So be careful with they actually. So M1 we got A, we have taken as K, and M2 we have taken as 1, A is minus 6, 10, and B is 3, minus 6. So obviously A is x1, y1, and B is x2, y2. So how to find? Now, what is the formula? Again, we have to write the section formula. Section formula P of xy equal to, okay, M1 x2 M2 x1 divided by M1 plus M2. Next, M1 y2 plus M2 y1 divided by M1 plus M2. This is the section formula, correct? So now P of xy they already given. As I told, P of xy is already given. What is that? Minus 4, 6. Correct? P of xy is already given. I'm writing there. M1. M1 is what here? K. So K into what is the x2 value? X2 value is 3. So K into 3 plus what is M2 value? Which is 1. And what is the x1 value? Minus 6. Correct? Divided by M1 plus M2, which is K plus 1. M1 Y2. So K into what is Y2 value? Minus 8 plus what is M1 again? 1 into Y1, which is 10. So divided by M1 plus M2. So we just substituted. See, nothing else I did, just substitution I did. That's all. M1 value, M2 value, and x1, y1 and x2, y2, I'll just remove this. We substituted in the formula. So now we have to find the ratio. So always you remember and you'll be knowing that in this in coordinate geometry, any 2 points are equal. I'll just explain here so that you can write it if you have any confusions like in this particular case. So x comma y is equal to 2, 3. Correct? X comma y equal to 2, 3. What does it mean? If this coordinate is equal to this coordinate, it means corresponding values. What is x here? In the place of x, what we have? 2. So x is equal to 2. And in the place of y, what we have? 3. So it means if x comma y is equal to 2, 3, it means that x coordinate is 2 and y coordinate is 3. If they are equal, obviously the corresponding coordinate should be equal. I hope you understood this. So what is the corresponding? Only corresponding. You cannot equate x to 3 and y to 2. They are not corresponding coordinates because in the place of x we have 2. So x should be equal to 2. In the place of y we have 3. So y should be equal to 3. Otherwise it is not possible. Okay. So similarly, in the place of here, again here also the same situation. You can just look at that. This you consider as x comma y. This you consider as 2, 3. Maybe it is little bigger value. It is 2. And so in the place of x we have 4, minus 4. And in the place of x we have this entire thing. So what I'll do, let me simplify first. So minus 4, 6, which is equal to simplify 3 into k, correct? 3k minus 6, because 1 into minus 6, 1 into minus 1 into 6 or 1 into minus 6 will give you minus 6 divided by k plus 1. This is the first coordinate. What is the next coordinate? Minus 8k plus 10. 10 into 1 is 10 divided by k plus 1. So this is the simplification of this. So as I said, when you equate these two coordinates, x value is 2 and y value is 3. In the similar way, in the place of x coordinate we have minus 4. Again in the place of x we have 3k minus 6 divided by k plus 1. So we are equating that. Equate both. When you equate both, what happens? Cross multiplication you do. Okay, we have to find k value because our unknown ratio is k is to 1. So we have to find k value. So in that case, when you cross multiply 1 into 3k plus 6, sorry, minus 6. So 3k minus 6. Because we know that 1 into any number is same number itself. So I'm not writing it. So 1 into 3k minus 6 is 3k minus 6 only. And minus 4 into k plus 1, which is minus 4k minus 4. Correct? So what I am doing, minus 4 into k, minus 4k, minus 4 into plus 1, minus 4. So which is equal to 3k minus 6. So what I'll do, I'll just consider, or I'll take, okay, I'll just take this minus 4 this side. So what happens? 3k plus 4k it will happen. Sorry, it will become, correct? Minus 4k, if it comes to the LHS, it will become plus 4k, and minus 4 plus 6 it will become. Correct? So here it is minus 6. If I send it to RHS, it will become plus 6. So what do you get? 7k, correct? 4k plus 3k is 7k, and 6 minus 4 is 2. So k is equal to, this 7 will go that side, 2 by 7. So what is the ratio we have to get? The ratio is k is to 1. No, we have taken 2 by 7 is to 1, which is 2 is to 7. So the answer is 2 is to 7. Okay, it may be a little tricky. I'll explain you once again. See, it is very important that you have to understand what exactly given the sum, what you have to find. It is not, some people are again the same mistakes you guys do. That is, you guys not even see what they are given. See, basically what happens, they will just, they are given x1 y1. Some people I observed, they will take this as m1 m2. I don't know what in what way they will take this as m1 m2. M1 M2 they will give in ratio. Got it? If they give in the sum, you have to notice that for example, if it is 1 is to 2, 2 is to 3, 1 is to 5, that is considered as M1 M2. Not this. This is a point. So that kind of mistakes also students may do. So what I am telling, whenever you are doing the sum, read the sum 1 or 2 times, maximum 2 or 3 times, so that you can understand the sum. Then you can proceed. So the question is, in what ratio does the point minus 4 comma 6 divide the line segment joining the points A minus 6 comma 10 and B 3 comma minus 8? Okay, this is the question. Now the sum is the assumption is, I assume that k is to 1 be the ratio, because in what ratio, here only can understand, you have to find the ratio. It means you have to find m1 is to m2. So that is the reason I am assuming m1 is to m2 as k is to 1. If I assume m1 is to m2 as k is to 1, your m1 will be k, m2 will be 1, obviously, right? And a and b are given. So a I will take it as x1 y1. So b I will take it as x2 y2. So corresponding elements minus 6 and y1 is 10 and this x2 is 3 and y2 is minus 6. What is the formula we have for section formula? What formula we use? So a section formula is P of xy equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2, comma m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. What I did, wherever m1 and I already told that they only given the point. So P of xy they themselves given. So take the P of xy as minus 4 comma 6 and substitute in the place of x2 3 m1 k and 1 into minus 6 divided by k plus 1. Similarly, k into minus 8 plus 1 into 10 by k plus 1. As we know that if this, for example, I'll just take an example, x comma y is equal to 2 comma 3. It means what? The corresponding coordinates should be equal. What is the corresponding? Here x is there. In the place of x, what is the coordinate you have? 2. So x should be equal to 2. Similarly, in the place of y, what you have? 3. So y should be equal to 3. Got it? So if these two coordinates are equal, obviously the corresponding coordinates also equal. Then only there is a meaning for this equality. As I said, you guys may do mistake, x to 3, y to 2, that is completely wrong. We have to go with corresponding elements only. So in this case, when I simplify this, we got 3k, 3 into k, 3k minus 6, 1 into minus 6, so 6 minus 6 divided by k plus 1, comma, minus 8k plus 10, see, minus 8 into k, minus 8k plus 1 into 10, 10 divided by k plus 1. Got it? So now, Here again the same. Why I explained this? Because we have to use that here. So the reason is x is equal to 2. Correct? That's the reason I explained. And here, what is the coordinate here in the x position? X place minus 4. What is the coordinate in the x place here? 3k minus 6 by k. So equate both. Right? So this can be equated. And you may get doubt, why can't you use this equate to that? You can. Remember, you will get the same answer. If you equate 6 is equal to minus 8k plus 10 divided by k plus 1, also you will get 2:7 is the answer for you. You will get the same ratio. So do any one. Okay, and always I will prefer you to choose the easiest one for simplification instead of going with the difficult ones. If it is, for example, if you feel this is easy, you can take that. If you feel what is it? This one is easy, you can go with that. Anything is fine, but any one is enough to find the ratio. No need to do both because you will get the same answer twice, not required. It's a waste of time. So minus 4 is equal to 3k minus 6 by k plus 1. Cross multiply. Whenever you do cross multiplication, minus 4 into k plus 1 or anything is fine. So first let me go with this. 1 into 3k minus 6. So 3k minus 6. Any number into 1, you will get the same number. Similar way, which is equal to minus 4 into k plus 1. So minus 4 into k plus 1. What I did, 3k minus 6 as it is, I retained. And minus 4 into k, which is minus 4k. Minus 4 into plus 1, which is minus 4. So now, just you take the like terms one side. See, minus 4k, 3k. So take minus 4k to the other side. So what happens? 3k plus 4k it will happen. And minus 6 will go that side. So remember, you should be very careful with the sign, changing of signs. So minus 6 will become plus 6. So 6 minus 4, which will give you 2. Okay? And 4k plus 3k, 7k. So 7k is equal to 2, k is equal to 2 by 7. So the ratio, what we have taken is k is to 1. It means 2 by 7 is to 1, which is same as 2 is to 7. Got it? 2 by 7 is to 1 is nothing but 2 by 7 by 1. It is 2 by 7 only, which is can also written as 2 is to 7. I hope you understood how I wrote. 2 by 7 is to 1 we got. According to the sum, k is to 1 is 2 by 7 is to 1. Is to 1 is nothing but divided by 1. 1 is to 2 is same as 1 by 2. 1 is to 3 is same as 1 by 3. In the similar way, 2 by 7 is to 1 is same as 2 by 7 by 1. Anything divided by 1, you will get the same number. So which is 2 by 7. 2 by 7, you can also write it as 2 is to 7. So the required ratio is 2 is to 7. Okay? Yeah. This is also one sum which you can expect for 3 marks. Okay? Got it? So now next sum. Yeah. This sum is little interesting sum. Here, see, there are 2 ways to do this sum. One is the easiest way. One is the like lengthy way. So you have 2 options. But anyway, you know that I'll make you to get the solution easier. We will go in the easier way itself. Okay. So what is the easier way here? Easiest way. So first let me read the question. If the points A 6, 1, B 8, 2, C 9, 4 and D P, 3. Listen here. Remember P, 3. They didn't given any number over there. They are written on alphabet P. Are the vertices of a parallelogram taken in order? It means taken in order in the sense what? You should take A, B, C, D. Don't take A as 6, 1 and B as 9, 4. You should not take. That is the meaning of that. You should go in an order. Okay? Parallelogram. Whenever you draw the parallelogram also, you should draw like this. For example, here. A, B, C, D. Correct? I am taking all the points in an order. After A, B, B, C, C, D. Means you cannot say C here, D here. They are not in order. You check. A, C, B, D is not an alphabetical order. Do you learn alphabets like that? No, right? We learned like A, B, C, D. We never learned like A, B, B, D or A, B, D, C or whatever. So we learned in an order. So A, B, next C, after B, C, next D. I'll just, no, whether you'll see it or not. I'll write it once again. AB, C, D. Correct? So this is how we have to take the coordinates. That's the meaning of order. Don't, like go in the, no, don't take, not in an order. If you take in the other way, if it is not in the order, definitely your, answer will be wrong. So if the points given are the vertices of parallelogram, find P. Okay. So here, to find P, you can find the in parallelogram, one thing. And all of you know that in geometry you guys studied in last year. In a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, isn't it? Always remember, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal, and we learned it. And also, diagonals, one thing, opposite sides are equal. So what we can do, we can just find the distance. See, if you need to find AD, I can just find the distance between AD, you will get AD. Correct? I find the distance between BC, you will get BC. Correct? Find the distance between AB, you will get AB. Similarly, CD, you will get like that. So finding the distance between AB and CD and equate, you can do like this. Find the distance of AB and find the distance of CD. Equate both. Correct? Equate both and find the X value. Sorry, find the P value. That is one way. I hope you are understanding what I am saying. You can find distance between AB, you can find distance between CD, and why they are equal? Because in a parallelogram, opposite sides are equal. Correct? Opposite sides are equal. So we can use that here. But it will take more time for simplification, because both the sides root you will get, again you have to square on both the sides. Anyway, I am not doing that method. Don't worry about it. So it will take some time. Okay? For calculation purpose, you should use a minus b whole square in between, and all those will be there. Maybe it may lead to factorization also. So what I can prefer is, in this case, what you can do is, that's why you have to remember the properties of the parallelogram, then only you will get an idea how to proceed with this. So one property we discussed, opposite sides are equal, and the another property is diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Okay. One thing you have to understand, bisect in the sense, the midpoint of AC and the midpoint of BD should be the same. That is called bisection. It means if you find midpoint of BD, anyway, midpoint formula we discussed. Using that midpoint formula, if you find the BD midpoint and if you find AC midpoint, if both midpoints are equal, then we can say that these are the vertices of a parallelogram. It should be same. Midpoint of diagonal should be the same. Then only that is the property will be satisfied. Correct? Then only we can say that the diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So I will just use that point here. So we know what is A here, 6, 1 given, and what is B here, 8, 2, and what is C, 9, 4, and D is P, 3. So these are the vertices given. So yeah, anyway, we know that according to the formula or properties of parallelogram, midpoint of diagonal, don't take midpoint of sides. That is one more mistake you might do it. Diagonal you should take, not side. Side is AB, BC, and CD and AD. Those are the sides. Diagonals are what? Midpoint of AC. This is the midpoint of AC should be equal to midpoint of BD. Easily you will get answer of P here in an easier manner without more complications, less simplifications. Okay. So now midpoint of AC, A and C. Consider as A and C. This I will take it as x1, y1. This I will take it as x2, y2. So as I told you, whenever you are finding using section formula or anything distance formula, you just use that. Write in pencil in the bottom x1, y1, x2, y2, so that no confusions for you guys. So x1 is 6 and x2 is 9 and y2 is 4 and y1 is 1. So midpoint of AC. So we are finding midpoint. What is the midpoint formula? last I wrote it, you remember, x1 plus x2 by 2. So x1 plus x2 by 2, I'm writing the formula once again, or you just remember, x1 plus x2 is what? 6 plus 9 divided by 2. Got it? So it's the right formula. Okay, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. Got it? Here also the same, x1 plus x2 by 2, y1 plus y2 by 2. So anyway, I'll change the y1, x1 in this case. x1 plus x2. What is x1 here? 6 plus what is y1 here? Sorry, x2 here? 9. So 6 plus 9 by 2. Next, y1 plus y2. So 1 plus 4 divided by 2. So which is equal to, here in this case, BD I am taking, this you take it as x1, y1, this you take it as x2, y2. Okay, if you take whichever the points you are taking, for that you have to write x1, y1, x2, y2. So BD we are taking, so this will be x1, this will be x2. So 8 plus p by 2, correct. Next is 3 plus or 2 plus 3 by 2. Got it? Yeah. Now, what is, I'll just do here. Hope you do this. Already written because of, I explained here, because of no space, so that's the reason I'm doing here. So 6 plus 9, how much? Continuation of that. 6 plus 9, how much? 15, correct? So 15 by 2, comma, 5 by 2. 4 plus 1 is 5 by 2, which is equal to 8 plus p by 2, comma, 5 by 2. One thing you observe, here we got 5 by 2, here also we got 5 by 2. If you got 5 by 2 here, if you got some 3 by 2 there you can easily understand you might have done wrong. Okay, if you get same y coordinate, then almost you can say that answer is correct. Got it? So answer should be correct. Then only because y coordinate is same. Got it? So now, as we know that here, if x comma y is equal to 2 comma 3, we just equated the corresponding coordinates. In similar way, here also we will do. Anyway, 5 by 2 is equal to 5 by 2. No need to equate. We have to find p, equate the exponent. P plus 8 by 2 is equal to 15 by 2. So I am equating the corresponding x coordinate. So can I cancel 2 on 2? Correct? Because if 2 that go that side, it will multiply 2 into 15 by 2. Anyway, that is 15 only. So p plus 8 is equal to 15. We need p value, which will be 15 minus 8. So p is equal to 7, correct? 15 minus 8 is 7. So our p value is 7. That's all. Okay? Anyway, I'll explain once again. Yeah, the question is, if the points A 6, 1, B 8, 2, C 9, 4 and D P, 3 are vertices of a parallelogram taken in order, find P. That is the question. So let's remember, as I said, there are two ways to do this. One is finding the distance of AB and find the distance of CD, and you can make it equal, because always remember, in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal, which you studied in the last year geometry. So opposite sides are equal. How to find the length of the side? We can use distance formula. Means you can find distance of AB, you can find distance of CD, equate both, and you can find P value. That is one way. The another easiest way which I followed is, and also one more property of a parallelogram is there. What is that? The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. And bisect each other. When the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other, the diagonals, midpoint of the diagonals should be the same. Then only bisection is possible. It means the midpoint of AC, the midpoint of BD, if both are same, we can say that this, vertices will form a parallelogram, obviously. So that is the condition or the property which I taken to make your sum easier. Okay. So midpoint of AC, and we know the formula for midpoint which is x1 plus x2 by 2, comma y1 plus y2 by 2. So I am finding the midpoint of AC. So when I am finding midpoint of AC, I will take the coordinates with A as x1 by 1. First one I will take as x1, second one I will take as y1. Similarly, x2, y2. First C. Remember, again I am telling you, don't take midpoints of AB and midpoint of CD and equate. That is completely wrong. We should equate the midpoints of diagonals, not sides. So we have taken 6 plus 9. So x1 plus x2. 6 plus 9 by 2. 4 plus 1 by 2. Similarly, 8 plus p by 2. 2 plus 3 by 2. So after simplification, what do you get? I'll just continue here. 6 plus 9 is 15. 15 by 2 and 5 by 2, which is 8 plus 3 by 2, 5 by 2. As we know that if two coordinates are equal, corresponding x coordinate and y coordinate should be equal. That I explained in the, like before also. So now here, as I told you, if you're not getting same coordinate, especially in this kind of problems, if you're not getting same y coordinate, it means you might have done wrong. If you are getting y coordinate, 99.9% you got the answer. Usually you can find. So 5 by 2 is already there, no need to equate, and we have to equate the x coordinate. So which is 8 plus p by 2 is equal to 15 by 2, whereas 2 and 2 will get cancelled. You will be left with p plus 8 is equal to 15 and p is equal to 15 minus 8, which is 7. So this is how you have to find the value of p. So this is the easiest way to find p. So don't go with the distance formula to find it. So because it will become so like lengthy, and if you do any mistake in between, so obviously you might not get the answer properly. Okay.